Welcome back to DBD 101, baby. My name is Sable and I'll be replacing your teacher Alichu today. We'll learn how to counter the unknown. So, here are some great tips on how to play against the unknown in order to get full marks in Alichu's class. First, let's talk about his power. He's pretty average in every aspect: movement speed, height, and turn radius. He has two powers: launching big balls and creating projections of himself to which he can teleport. But let's talk about the balls first. So, he can shoot projectiles at survivors, and his projectiles can bounce off walls. Trick shot potential? Now, if the projectile hits you directly, you will get slowed for a little bit. But if the blast of the trick shot hits you, you will get weakened, aka be infected by the chewing gum looking thing. And when you are weakened, if you get hit second time by the projectile, you will lose a health state. So baby, how do you get rid of the infection? Pretty easy. You just have to look back at him while he's chasing you and it will progressively go down. Not a big deal. You might want to get some bleach for your eyes though. Now I know it might be scary if you're still learning how to look and look behind you, but trust me, it is so worth learning because not only will it help you against the unknown, but also against every single killer in the game. And remember, your teammates cannot block your projectiles for you, so sometimes you will be running to the exit gate with your butt cheeks clenched and you really have to learn to look back at him. Now about his teleportability. The unknown can traverse the map in an instant with his clones. This is why you really need to dispel them every time you see one. He can summon up to 4 projections and they all spawn randomly across the map as he traverses it. Luckily for you, you can tell when they are on cooldown. If you pay attention to his projections, you will see that sometimes they're standing up and sometimes they're down. When they're standing up, you know you can teleport to them, and when they're down, you know he's on cooldown. You can literally teleport across the map, so it's important that you interact with every projection that you see. You dispel the illusions 25% more slowly when you weaken. And if you cancel the dispel midway, you will get weakened and the killer will get killer instinct on you. So be careful because that means he knows where you are. So don't have commitment issues, okay? Now, if he teleports to you while you're dispelling, well, you'll simply get weakened, but you might also shit yourself. Now let's get to the juicing, baby. Whenever you hear the sun cues for his projectile power, move away from walls because your projectiles can bounce off walls and the blast will hit you. Looping 101 strategies will tell you to always hug the walls, but I'm telling you that in this case, you should not do so if you know that he's about to shoot his scream. Now, if you look at the gameplay here, see how I suddenly change my trajectory and leave the loop? We both know that I'm going for that loop, so it's certain that he's going to hit me if he aims towards that loop. So here's what you want to do. Whenever your trajectory becomes too obvious, for example if you're running towards a loop or a window, and you hear the sun cue for his power, you want to become unpredictable and switch directions. You can fake windows, pallets, you can double back, pretend to go to a loop and then leave, and break line of sight. Moral of the story, play hard to get and lead him on like the bad bitch you are. Speaking of breaking line of sight, it'll be really hard for him to get any value from his power if he can't see you, and this is exactly what we want. You will turn into a little baby M1 killer. Now watch out for his projections. Just like Dredge with his remnant, he can teleport to his clones during a chase. And so you need to keep in mind that the killer will probably teleport to it as soon as you get too close. So you have to be ready to turn back the other way. You have to be very focused. And this is also another reason why cleansing the projections is very, very crucial. Now lastly, be careful when unhooking. If he's nearby, you can just shoot at your teammate and wait from afar for the endurance to run out just to down them again. This is especially dangerous against basement as well, but I personally cannot relate. Skill diff, I guess. Alright class, that's all for today. Don't forget to sub for the next class if you don't want me to curse you. And Alichu also told me if you had any questions or anything to add, don't be shy. I don't bite. Sometimes. Now don't be late for the next lesson, and I'll see you in the pod.